What's going on to all of my expecting parents? You made it. You made it to the first actual option to be able to create a unique maternity photo shoot idea that is specifically geared towards you. So if you watched the previous video, which you should have already done, I talked about what we are going to do and why we are doing it. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do it. So if you are on this video, you have the desire to create a unique idea for your baby shower so you can display the photos at your baby shower. But you need the idea. And it's so important that you do this because we need to create an idea that is unique that you can give to the photographer. Remember, the goal of creating this mood board is so you can give it to the photographer to execute. When you give the photographer a mood board to look at and say that they can do, it allows you to be able to set the expectations for what you want and allows them to be able to know exactly what you want. So when you get to the shoot, two people are not upset. So if you haven't already, go back and watch the last video. If you have watched the last video, I want you to pause this video and pull up the Canva um, template I made for you to follow along with. This template is a great template to use to just do anything, any ideas, even if it's not maternity photo shoot, but any ideas that's related to a photo shoot. You can use you can use this template, and you also can send this to any photographer for any type of shoot. So what I'm trying to tell you is that we about to create a unique maternity photo shoot idea for you that you can give to your photographer that they can execute on for you and you can be satisfied. So the first thing you want to do is open up the template. And as we walk through the template, it's pretty simple. We got the title page, we got the goal of this idea. We're gonna walk through that. Where you shooting at, if you know the aesthetics, how you want the set to look, your poses, your wardrobe, your hair, your makeup, and also your breakfast. This is for my clients that come with me, and a thank you page to give to your photographer, right? So the first step was research. Thank you. The first step is research. So we need to research what we are doing. And the baby shower idea I chose today was Madagascar. So the first thing I like to do, and this goes for any idea, right? First thing I like to do is research, you know, if the baby shower theme is Madagascar, I want to know where was is Madagascar based on, and we're gonna go Madagascar one. Where is Madagascar? The island of Madagascar. Let's see. Island is centered around a group of animals from the Central Park Zoo find themselves stranded on the island of Madagascar. Right, and honestly, when you think about it too, Madagascar was a safari. Madagascar was a safari. So when I'm thinking about this and I'm creating ideas um, for clients who have a baby shower coming up, um, I want them to create an idea that's unique to them, and I want them to be able to give it to the photographer to execute. So I need to do the research, and the research for Madagascar was the New York Zoo. But when we think about Madagascar, we typically think about the safari. And when we think about the safari, safaris usually are like Africa and etc. So when we think about it, as I'm looking at this, they're shipped to a sanctuary in Kenya. When they're swept into the seas of mods, I don't know what that word is. We're separating Africa from Madagascar. Okay, so let's look up the island of Madagascar. And I'm doing all of this because I want people to be able to have an idea. It's nothing like doing an idea. Oh, hey Maya. It's nothing like doing the idea and it's tacky because it doesn't match the actual scene. Like I see a lot of people that, do baby shower ideas as Winter Wonderland, but the dad may be wearing a t-shirt and jeans. It just doesn't make sense. So we want to kind of match the setting. So I personally believe that a lot of moms who do Madagascar, they are looking for a safari theme. So what are let's look up where what is in a safari, right? So we want to figure out what are the main things that are in a safari, right? Because remember, like I told you in the last video, we want to find elements and we want to begin to just kind of think about where's the safari at? What are the main elements in the safari? And we think about this, Safari is known for these type of cars, these high grass, these type of trees, these type of grass, the sunset vibe. Safari is known for a lot of different animals, and if we doing like a um, Madagascar theme, then you know, people are thinking like people are thinking people are thinking animals, and they shoot elephants and tigers and bears and all that type of stuff. So when I think about safari, all I'm doing here is gathering, what I'm thinking about when it comes to a safari, right? I just want you to do your research. The first step is doing the research. So if you're doing a Lilo and Stitch theme, what you do for Lilo and Stitch is you'll Google Lilo and Stitch. Where's Lilo and Stitch from? Well, we know Lilo and Stitch is like a you know, Hawaii type movie. So we need to match elements from Hawaii. So we know we got brown grass, we got trees, we got all these different things, right? So the next thing I want to do is, safari. I want to find a safari culture. I want to just type in like the culture. I really want to do enough research to where, you understand what you're looking for. And I think this is a good picture right here. Like if I was to build a client a set, I would try to find grass like this. I would find grass like this. I would make trees like this. I would make a dirt road like this. Like this is a prime example right here of a safari set. Right? This is a prime example of a safari set. So what I'm gonna do is we want to be thinking about this, thinking about our background, etc. What I want you to do is go on Pinterest. And if you don't have a Pinterest account, I want you to pause this video and I want you to create you a Pinterest account. And when you create your Pinterest account, I want you to come back and we're going to get started. Okay, so now that you have your Pinterest account and you pause the video, you make sure you do it because Pinterest is very important. I want you to go on Pinterest right now and we're going to make what we call a Pinterest board. So it's best that you do this on your phone. I'm sorry, on your desktop. If you watch it on your phone, pause this and go to your desktop. But it's the best that you do this on your desktop. Hit the plus button and we're going to create a new board. And I want you to name that board based on the thing that you want to do. So we can go Madagascar slash Safari. Or you can put your name. So let's go. I'm going to do my wife's name, Jasmine Madagascar Maternity Photoshoot Idea. So we're basically just building, a board so we can have visual elements that we use when we go and actually finalize the idea in the Pinterest board. In the Canva board. And you can make this board secret so it's only for you. So we making one one big board, right? We're making one big board, and now we're gonna make sub boards inside of this big board. So when we making sub boards inside this big board, I don't know why this is in here. We're making sub boards inside of this big board. To make a sub board, you want to hit organize, and you also want to make sure you um, add a section. So we're gonna add a section, and when we do that, we want to make a subsection or sub board for the background. What do we want our background to look like? Right? What do we want our background to look like? All right, our background. Then we want to make another section for our wardrobe. What will we wear? Then we want to make another section for our hair and our makeup because that's so important. Hair and makeup. Then we want to make another section for different elements we may see. So elements, and when I say elements, I'm referencing to like props. I'm representing to props, different things you may put in your idea, right? Different things you may you know, put inside of your photo shoot because you don't want your photo shoot to be flat. You want your photo shoot to be very, very, very sweet. So now I'm going to tap into Pinterest, and this is where the fun starts. We need to find a safari background. So what we're trying to do is get a photographer a look at what we are trying to do, like what we are trying to accomplish, what we're trying to do, how we want it to look. And I'm trying to find a realistic Safari background. So let's go Safari. So Safari, let's kind of scroll to see what we can possibly find. All right, let's scroll and see what we possibly can find. Let's see, let's see. And as I'm thinking about this, y'all, imagine you are scrolling to find certain things, but you come across something else. So, like for example, I'm seeing that Safari outfits are like this, right? So what I would do is for my wardrobe section, I would save this outfit inspiration into my wardrobe section. Even stuff like this, I would save this outfit inspiration into my wardrobe section. Just because we're looking for the background doesn't mean that we don't, you know, we can't save other things. So like when it comes to elements and elements I may want in my Madagascar, aka Safari theme, maternity uh photo shoot. I love these elements. I love these, fake fragile boxes, Lion King boxes. So I would put these in elements because I want to show my photographer, hey, these are some of the props I want to use. I love that, you know, I love that even as I'm scrolling in the board, I'm seeing that this whole like white t-shirt and green pants with maybe some safari researcher boots is like the safari style. And what you can do is if you have your spouse doing this as well with you, you can also put them in the same thing, right? So look at this mood board, safari mood board. All right, it's so many different outfit ideas that we could potentially work with and do. Here goes another example here with you and your spouse. If you're doing it with your spouse, that's a great example. But I love this Safari mood board right here um, that they put together. So we can put this in the wardrobe section, right? It's you want to just get an idea of what you want to do. You want to get an idea of what you want to do, what you can possibly do, right? And that's going to help us. So I'm gonna add maybe like two more pins two more pins. Like I even like this right here when it comes to the background. The background I do believe needs to have like grass. It needs to have that like safari, grass look. It definitely needs to have that safari grass look. And maybe you can even have that safari like tent look. How this is like a safari tent look. Like your photographer should be able to create that for you. But the goal for us is to get an idea of what we want to do so that when we give it to the photographer, we are able to make it happen. So that's another idea of the background possibly that we could do, right? Kenya, Kenya, safari in Kenya, safaris in Kenya, right? And I'm loving these outfit ideas um, that people have on, this safari aesthetic. And you may be like, man, this is a lot. It's going to save you time and trouble when it comes to um, communicating with your photographer. I promise you, you will be so happy that you did this um, because this is going to save you so much time. So we got the outfit. Let's go back and kind of find some more elements. And as we look for elements, we could potentially, find more background ideas. So let's go all the way back. I even love this right here. And the cool thing about Pinterest is you can continue to bounce off of different ideas, right? So like one idea is going to take you to another. So now we're looking at, vintage safari, ideas. And in Madagascar, I know that they had like this, like, they had like this, base camp, uh, um, like prop. And if you see above, right, it's a base camp prop. So if you want to use that, you could. And if we just continue to look for more ideas, like this could be your Safari background. If you had like a car or something like this, right? You can save these props. And this is what the cool thing is. You can give this to your photographer so that they can begin to create the idea and make it happen for you. So I even like stuff like this. This can represent, you know, safari background. This can be a background. I can do stuff like this, making like a dock. This can be an element that you use right here as well. Even stuff, as we scroll in that and as we're looking, um, even stuff like this. Like this is like some type of like safari, dot. This says swamp. Um, but the whole point is let's look up Kenya. See what they sleep in. Kenya house and safari. So your photographer should be able to create you something that replicates what you desire. So even if it's something like this, like, hey, I want to make a small, you know, hut outside, or even stuff like this. I see a lot of them use like this straw stuff. So even if you made this setting right here, right? If you made something like this, and imagine you standing in front of something like this is what I would do for my clients, and I only want to point you in the right way. So, I'm going to add that. I'm going to add that. I will, replicate the front of something like this. Replicating the front of something like this. Like all this is possible. And as a client, you should be communicating this to your photographer to be able to execute, which is why you are creating this mood board right now. All right, so we're going to go in here and we're going to add that to background as well. And let's just try to find a couple more, like maybe props and elements right quick. A couple more props and elements that we could potentially use, right? So like I'm telling you guys, um, Madagascar props. Like I'm telling you guys, this works for any idea. Right? This works for any idea. Like this is cool. Like little boxes you can use to show like the Madagascar theme and the crepes. I would even put, maybe you could put your baby's name on there. You know, just even looking at more, they got the actual Madagascar. Or maybe you could put your baby's name on there. Maybe you can, you know, find the actual one of these, right? That would be dope too. Maybe finding the actual one of these, or maybe having your photographer, make one of these would be dope because you want a dope maternity photo shoot. Right? You really want a dope maternity photo shoot. So it's important that you actually do something dope. You need to do something dope. So I'm just adding these elements in um, for the photo shoot, as you see. Like I think somebody really could make this. Like you could really make this. I promise you, you could. I promise you, you can make something like this. But it's for your photographer to make. Okay, it's for your photographer to make. And you can even save them and give them this mood board like, hey man, this is what I'm thinking about doing. Can you make this for me? Like you can give them this mood board and they can make it. So let's see if I see anything else. The Lion King, like walkie talkies, are cool props you can use. And as we save elements, we're just saving props, right? You're saving props that you could potentially use for your photo shoot. Look at this, making stuff like this. This can be the outside of your safari, photo shoot because you're in Madagascar, you're in Africa. And I just realized I saved that in the wrong spot. So I want to move this to the right spot, which will be considered background. All right, making a base camp. The idea may be to make a base camp. Wow. That's a smart idea. Diesel's on Lion King, and I'm just really showing y'all that you can get sweet. You can be sweet with what you do, and I don't want you to settle. You shouldn't settle. Okay, you should not settle. And we're gonna add this to the background. And lastly, you want to look at our hair and makeup. So you potentially go to your board, whatever you save, and you can kind of mimic the hairstyles that you saw the women wearing in the robes. All right, so we got this type of like pinned up hairstyle, um, pinned up hairstyle that women are wearing. So what you can possibly do is type in, let's go pinned up pony hairstyle. A cute hairstyle you could possibly wear. Things like this, right? Things like this could be cute. Safari, let's look up safari hairstyle. Cute, right? Hairstyles like this, or even hairstyles like that. We can put that on there. Hairstyles where your hair is out is cute as well. Even a ponytail with the hair to the back, like this one. And then you got on a scarf. It's cute as well. Just find you a couple hairstyle ideas based on what you saw, based on the themes, or even type it in. That's the cool thing about Pinterest. You can type in safari hairstyles, or you can type in, you know, like you say, safari outfit, uh, um, women. You can do these things, right? Modest, workwear. Like, what vibe do you want to go for? That's what you want to put in your Pinterest board. So now, let's go back to our Pinterest board. I want you to go to your Pinterest board because now we're about to put it inside of Canva, right? Inside Canva. So we got our elements, we got our hair, we got our wardrobe, we got our background. And I like to tell my moms to do a natural soft glam, just to give you that glam effect. But whatever makeup, and make sure you go back to the home feed first and then type it in. Natural glams. Nothing. You don't want to do nothing dramatic. Um, if you want to add eye and lip, you can do that. But you never want to do nothing too dramatic, right? You never want to do nothing that takes away from the photo. I wouldn't want you to do something that takes away from the photo. So I typically like to tell people to stick to those natural glams, put some lip gloss on, you know, stick to that because we don't want you to take away, like from the photo, doing colors and different type of pops and stuff on your face. No, we want everything to be classical so the photos can last forever. So um, look for your desired makeup look, and I want you to save it in the makeup section. And once you save it in the makeup section, I want you to go back to your Pinterest board because now you're going to start entering pins in their respective spots. Okay, so first thing you want to do on page, the first page is just enter your name. So we can put Jasmine Madagascar. Maternity Photoshoot mood board, right? Simple. And then you can take a picture of yourself. Um, let's see if I have a picture of me and the wife on here. Only me. Yeah, only me. So what I would do is I would take a picture from your mood board, say one of these. Man, I like that they mash this all up together. All you literally would do is screenshot the photo, drag it over, or screenshot and upload, depending on what type of browser you're on, and boom, you have your photo. The next slide. So the goal of this idea, if you're doing a baby shower, the goal of this idea is to create a Madagascar theme baby shower Photoshoot Idea. The goal is to create a Madagascar themed photo shoot idea for my baby shower to display the photos, let's say, on the floor and walls, right? And that's what you would put. So now the photographer understand you're setting the expectation. Okay. Now the next thing you want to do, you can put another picture of yourself. I'm just gonna fall in that, and let's see if we can find another photo that we can just drop in right quick. And let's say we were to drop in this photo really fast. Drop in this photo really fast. Boom. Then you'll enter your name. I'm just gonna do use my wife's name. And if you're following along with me, you will be able to get this done immediately. And we go Detroit, put your city, yeah, Instagram. Because a photographer go back and look at this board and they don't know who this board is for, it's gonna be like, okay. But if you give them something to look back at, you're gonna be good. So put your name and the studio that you may be shooting at. And we want to start with the aesthetic. So with the aesthetic, it's like a general mood board. And all you want to do is take like your favorite top pictures um, from your idea, your favorite pictures from your idea, and just put them on this. You can do three. I put three slides for a reason. But you can do three, three pictures of, what you want to do on here. So the photographer can kind of get an idea of what you want to, accomplish. So if you put this on here of what you want to accomplish, then they will have idea of what you want to accomplish. And I'm gonna put another picture, just like a body picture, so we can see. Let's do something like this, right? And if you want to, and you want those more accurate answers, you can find like type in your exact situation. So if I was type in pregnancy safari outfit, yeah, let's see what pop up. It's nothing exactly pregnancy related, but as you see, we have these different ideas that come up that are safari inspired. So you don't necessarily have to worry about that, right? You don't have to worry about that. That's okay. But you just want to put the aesthetic, then you want to create the color tone that you want. And typically in Canva, you can just bounce off the colors that are in there. All right, you can bounce off the colors that are in there. We want to put some greens in there. Bounce off the colors that are in there. And you want to change the name. And because you're only, let's say you're doing this one look, you would just change it. So if you're doing another look, you could duplicate this slide and change it out. Now we want to talk about the set. Remember, we want to build an African base camp. So since we want to build an African base camp, let's go back and grab this aesthetic. All right. And to do that, you just grab the color tones. To do that, you just highlight over, hit Command C, or you can right click and just hit copy. And you want to take it over to the next slide. And you want to delete these other ones that I already have plugged in for you and put the ones you have right there. And all you're doing is kind of annotating in the board, right? So we want to do an African safari thing. So you would just say, okay, base camp, um, base camp background. And this is me communicating, showing you how you communicate for a photographer, right? To a photographer. And you remember all them props and stuff we wanted in the shoot? That's where your board will come in at. So you would go back to the element section of your board and you could say, hey, I want to incorporate, you know, suitcases. You would say, I want to incorporate suitcases. You say, I want to incorporate suitcases. And maybe even say what you want the suitcases to say. Like if you want them to be like, um, I want the baby's name on the suitcases. I'm sorry, I had to get that out the way. Maybe you want baby name on suitcases. Or so they won't be like, oh, so you're gonna get this case, and they say custom suitcases with baby name on them. All right, custom suitcases with baby name on them. And then you could possibly take another prop, another element you say you want, and you can say custom suitcases and crates. You put like also custom crates too as well. This is a nice idea that you could particularly do is get like a big background as well. So I would save this in my element thing just in case they can't really execute what you just said. I would save that in the elements part too as well. But custom suitcases, stuff like this. All right, custom suitcases, and then you can say, well, hey, I actually want to potentially maybe incorporate the Jeep car. And if I'm looking at how this kind of photo is set out, I would put the Jeep car right in front. I will put the Jeep car right in front. All you have to do is just drag your arrows around in Canva, and you can tell them like, hey, I want a Jeep, I want potentially like a mini Jeep car, mini Jeep car in front. Boom. And that's why it's a rough mock-up because now you communicate with the photographer on what you want to do and what you're going for. But this gives them a visual idea of that. So now your poses, when it comes to your poses, we can replicate Safari theme poses. So we already have poses that show that. And I want you to put how you want to feel. So when you put in how you feel, when we think about the Safari, you want to feel adventurous, sure. I don't know why I can't. I probably spelled that word wrong. You want to feel adventurous. You want to feel um, pretty. Let's say pretty, and you want to also feel let's say I want to feel adventurous because I'm in safari. I want to feel pretty, and I want to feel like I don't know, like a maybe like a leader or like you know yeah, maybe you want to feel adventurous, you want to feel pretty, and you definitely want to feel at peace because you're having your first child, and this will help the photographer understand the type of poses that you want to do and how you want your photos to feel, right? And I know we can do the typical maternity photo shoot poses, but you kind of want to do some poses that replicate the theme because that makes the photo feel more like themed out versus the typical maternity photo shoot poses. And a good maternity specialist or photographer will know how to make this pose like on the screen fit the pose that you know you want to do. Okay, so don't worry about, hey, that's not a maternity photo shoot pose. They're going to be able to put your hands and arms in a way that makes it look right. Now we want to go for your wardrobe. So we're going for a wardrobe that um, is I keep using the same pictures because the wardrobe is kind of the same. Um, so we know we want to go for a wardrobe that is, like white shirt, white button-up shirt. They always wear green pants. um, like a khaki green pants. We can possibly go like a nice or like these black belt, and they always wear like these boots, long boots. And also too, we want to go for like safari hats and bags, right? And then for our hair, we kind of talked about our hair as well, but we're gonna go back to it. Let's go to the board, the section of your board that is for your hair and your makeup, and we can just screenshot it. So, we can do a ponytail like this. I mean, anything can be cute. I just, don't have your hair, um, too dramatic, right? And actually, let's make this slide for makeup. So I'm gonna bring that back. We're gonna make this slide for makeup. We're going soft glam. You can put any notes. So I will put. I'm putting this for y'all, um, beautician, because you can even send this to your beautician. Any note for beautician, right? But we know we want to go for a natural, soft glam. And you can swap the pictures out. So let's grab the pictures of the glams that we kind of found. Try this natural soft glams, right? Natural soft glams. And you can add pictures of different eyes and etc. and different lips on there. And then lastly, we just want to put our hair options. Yeah, so use as many of these pictures as you want, and also use your arrow to go to like whatever type of hairstyle you want. But we got that hairstyle, and then we have like a sew in that's going down, and even like looking like a lot of people when they do the safari stuff is ponytails. No, they are like different type of ponytails, or it's like a natural curly hair. So you can do a natural curly hair. I like this photo here. And then you just annotate this. So you insert type of hair style you have in mind. Lastly, if you're one of my clients, I will tell you pick your breakfast option, but you can skip that. And it's just thank you. So if we kind of just recap what we did, we created a Madagascar themed maternity photo shoot to give to our photographer to execute. So now when you're reaching out to photographers, you have something to give to them. And you already know, what you want to do, how the colors want to be, how you want the set to look, how you want your pose to be, how you want the wardrobe to be, how you want the makeup, how you want your hair, how you want to feel in those poses. So now the communication and expectation should be set between you and the photographer. So it's so important that you finish this board and send it to your photographer ASAP so you can make sure you get the photos done in time for your baby shower. And the rule is if you have a baby shower and you want to get maternity photos done, you want to have the photos done at least 2 weeks before the actual photo shoot date. I mean, before the actual day that you need them. So if your baby shower is on the 14th, but the party planner said they need the photos by the 1st, you need to do the shoot 2 weeks before the 1st, not 2 weeks before the 14th. Right? That makes sense. So your photographer have enough time to get them done. And that's based on, turnaround time. I would say a month, just to be safe. But between 2 to 4 weeks before the day that you need them is good. And now, if you're looking at all of this and you just create your idea, you should be done with your idea now and have it visually in a board that you send to people. If you want somebody to execute this, right? I am looking for 7 expecting mothers who want a unique maternity photo shoot experience. We offer all-inclusive maternity photo shoot experiences where you don't have to do nothing but show up. So you have to worry about building, creating your wardrobe, your outfit, your hair, your makeup. We offer that at $7,100, and you make that in 4 payments, right? So for all my moms who want the stress-free convenience, you want a personalized, experience, and you don't want to stress over anything, we have a $7,100 all-inclusive maternity photo shoot package ready for you, so you can sit back and relax and enjoy the time with your spouse, so that you don't have to worry about stressing over things that got to do with your maternity photo shoot. So if this sounds interesting to you and you want more information, I want you to click in the description box below, or in the next slide over, and apply for a maternity experience with us. It will be a link at the bottom of your board where you can apply for a maternity photo shoot experience with us. Once again, we do serve married expecting parents only, and all of our experiences start at $7,100. Only $7,100, right? Thank you. See you soon.